Donald Trump instructed his administration to create a list of American citizens, individuals within this country, that they believe could pose a threat to the United States. Essentially, to put it in other words, create a watch list of people we don't like for various different reasons. And this wasn't even necessarily done in secret. This was National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, or NSPM 7. There is a presidential official memorandum order, if you will, instructing government agencies to put together these watch lists. The FBI, Homeland Security, Department of Justice, all of them put together a list of these individuals and keep an eye on them. We are now in the United States suffering from what I can only call a Nixonian Orwellian form of McCarthyism. So we've got the paranoia and the enemies list of the Nixon years. We've got the mass surveillance of everybody to make sure they fall in line of, Orwell. And of course, the accusations from the McCarthy era where anyone you don't like, let's just, you're a communist. Or in this instance, we're just calling them terrorists. Different name, same theory, right? Eventually, we're going to have a House Un-American Activities Committee hauling people like Ken Klippenstein, who, by the way, reported this and did a phenomenal job. He's going to have to come up there after people accuse him of being a terrorist. Sam Cedar will be there. Crystal Ball. Myself, maybe. I don't know. But these are the kinds of people who do, of course, meet the criteria, and myself included, for what they consider to be terrorists here in the United States today. It's not people who have committed any acts of violence. It's not people with any criminal record whatsoever. It's people who speak out against the administration, people who have spoken out about the failures of capitalism, which is all over the place. If you go to TikTok or Reels, you see people do this. It's all over YouTube. So all of us, any of us, could end up or are already on this watch list. Let me read you this. The NSPM 7 says the Attorney General shall submit a list of any such domestic terrorist groups to the White House. And it includes people that this is actually according to Elise Slotkin, a Democratic senator from Michigan. She said in a hearing last week, it suggests that any group that talks about anti-Christian values, so if you criticize the Christian right, views they don't like on migration or race, okay, well, that's everybody on the left has talked about that, differing views on the role of the family, religion, or morality could all be grounds for labeling an organization as domestic terrorists. So, any of us, you, if you're posting stuff on social media, going after the religious right for not being religious or right, if you've ever whined about the capitalistic system that we have in the United States being an utter failure, you could be on these lists. But don't worry, you're in good company because we're probably there. Everybody over at TYT is probably there. Sam and Emma and everybody at Majority Report's probably there. David Pakman, Kyle Kulinski, Crystal Ball, Jessica Burbank, Ken Klippenstein. It's a big old party over there on that list. And it's also one of the most terrifying things we have seen in modern history. Again, it does harken back to the McCarthy era. It harkens back to the Nixon era. It is straight out of Orwell. It is Nixonian Orwellian McCarthyism. That is what we are living with now. That's a long phrase, but accurate. We don't know what this means to be on this list either. And again, we're not 100% sure we're on it. I guarantee you Klippenstein, who has made waves, he's probably being watched. But who else is being watched? And that's not justifying Klippenstein should not be. He's one of the best journalists out there in the country, in the world maybe. But they're watching. They've got a list. And the scariest part is that we don't know what that means. Are they going to come for us? Are all of our communications being monitored? Are they looking at me through my camera on my phone or my computer? Are they monitoring my calls? Are they listening in when I'm FaceTiming my mother? Or are they just waiting to see if I screw up and get arrested for something and then, we'll charge you with terrorism too? Now, that ain't going to happen. But people you like, I guarantee you are on this list. I don't think I'm important enough or big enough to be on the list, but there's a list. Trump ordered it. Pam Bondi's creating it. And we should all be exceptionally terrified by that prospect. It's going to be one of those things, much like we had the church hearings in the 70s that finally revealed all of this, and we learned who was being watched by the government, like Elvis Presley and obviously Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., all those people we learned about being monitored by the government, the files, the dossiers they had on them, how they were going to ruin their lives if they ever felt the need to. We're going to have church hearings again. And we're going to find out that they were plotting to, embarrass Ken Klippenstein somehow, or take down Sam Cedar. We will learn that eventually. Just don't know how long it's going to take to get to that point. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.